It's time for Game Day with Hick the Stick.
Welcome to College Game Day with Hick the Stick for week 2 of the college football season. What a week it was last week. We had some blowouts, we had some close games, and we even had some upsets. What a week it was. And I can't wait to see what happens this week. But there was some big news that came out this week.
The Big Ten is back, baby!
The Big Ten is supposed to get started on October 24th. Play 8 games in 8 straight weeks, a conference championship game, and finish all of this before Selection Sunday for the college football playoffs. So hopefully this all happens. They'll finish a whole season, and the Big Ten players will get to play. The Big Ten fans will get to watch their team. I know my sister-in-law, she's super excited that Ohio State is going to get to play this fall. Hopefully, it does happen. Last year, I predicted a lot of games, that who was going to win and who was going to lose. And last year, I went 201 games right and 51 games wrong. Now, I'm not picking that many games this year, so I won't get to that number, but I'm hoping to maybe at least get to 100, at least. And last week, I went 5-2, hoping to do better this week. So let's get started with our first game.
Our first game is Tulsa versus number 11, Oklahoma State.
This game was supposed to be played last week, but it got postponed to this week. So we finally get Tulsa against number 11, Oklahoma State. The only question is, can their defense step up? Because they got the offense, got a running back that could maybe take home the Heisman Trophy. This team can win a lot of games if their defense steps up. I know that the Oklahoma State fans really want them to have a great season. So finally, Oklahoma State gets their first win of the season against Tulsa. Well, last week we saw the top 3 teams in the ACC get a win. We saw Notre Dame get their first ACC win, we saw Clemson win, and we saw North Carolina win. All 3 of those teams won their first game of the season. Now let's see who they are playing this week.
We got Citadel versus Clemson, USF versus Notre Dame, and Charlotte versus North Carolina. All 3 ACC teams get the win.
Well, we had our first upsets of the season. We had Georgia Tech beat Florida State. That was one of the games that I lost because I picked them to win. And then we had Louisiana beat Iowa State at home. It was the first time they ever beat a top 25 team on the road. And now Louisiana is ranked number 19 in the nation. Let's see who they play this week.
Our second game is number 19, Louisiana versus Georgia State.
Louisiana got their first win against a top 25 team on the road. They're playing Georgia State this week. And now, Georgia State is not a top 25 team, not even close up there. But maybe this could be a close game. You know, Louisiana, after getting a big win, comes into this game a little happy, excited about the big win they got, and forget about who they're playing this week. So if they keep their minds on this game and forget about that other game, they'll get the win and they'll go 2-0.
Our third game is Austin. Wait, who even really cares about this one? Versus number 13, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati could be a really tough team to beat this year. And there's 3 non-Power 5 teams that are really good. We got Cincinnati, Memphis, and SMU. Now, SMU did not show it in their first game, but I really believe they're going to have a good season. And then we got Memphis, who really always has a pretty good season. And then Cincinnati. Cincinnati could maybe go undefeated this season. And with the Big Ten and the conversation for the college football playoffs now, it might have taken the chance of a non-Power 5 team making the playoffs, but who knows? This is a crazy year. Anything can happen. But Cincinnati gets a win this week and goes 1-0. Now to our next game.
Last is number 14, UCF versus Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech got the upset over Florida State last week. Can they get the upset over UCF? Do I hear an upset alert? No, not this week. UCF gets the win over Georgia Tech. It's going to be a close one, but UCF gets the win. Now to our game of the week.
Hick, the Sticks game of the week. We have number 17 Miami versus number 18 Louisville.
Miami versus Louisville. Number 17 versus number 18. Our first top 25 matchup of the season. And it's going to be a good one. It's going to come down to the end. I believe that the winning team's going to win by at least 7 points, a 7-point difference. But who gets the win? The winning team is Miami. Miami gets the win over Louisville. Well, let's look at our results from last week's Would You Rather.
Dabo Swinney got 90% of the votes, and Nick Saban only got 10%. So he won big. Let's see if the results might be closer this week.
Now, last week, we didn't have a lot of votes. So please get in the comment section below and vote. Your vote counts. Maybe the results would have been a little closer last week if you would have voted. So please vote. Now let's get to our Would You Rather of the week.
Would you rather be a running back or a receiver? Vote now.
Well, that's all I got here on Game Day with Hick the Stick for this week. Please give me a big thumbs up that you liked this video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And please tell your friends and family. Have a great college football Saturday.